Hey guys, it's Jasmine. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a balloon garland. The person actually purchased their own balloons. They bought one of those balloon kits. I don't particularly care for those. But anyway, these are the colors that were in there. Green, turquoise, white, and gold. I personally prefer to buy individual balloons, but whatever. It comes with that balloon strip. I don't like that. I don't use it. I just use the fishing line, and it also comes with glue dots, and I do use a few of those. So I'm going to get started with blowing my balloons. I usually do two at a time and then tie the ends together. So you'll notice, well, after I plug it up, I am mixing the colors, but eventually I went back and did it completely different. So I would only do two of the same colors together, because originally I was going to do like a mixed, I don't know how to explain it, like mix the colors up, but then I decided I wanted to do it in blocks of each color. So how I have the green and the turquoise together here, no, I went back and did all the whites together, all the golds together, all the greens and all the turquoise together, so that I could do a block thing. You'll see it later. Yeah, so all I really do is take two balloons, blow them up, I tie them together, just cross it in an X and then tie the knot. This video was originally supposed to just be a follow along with me, so it's not a full tutorial, but it kind of is because there is some instruction included. But I am going to begin to fast forward through some of this because this footage that I had was originally almost 2 hours long. So let's speed this up a little bit. So the kit actually included multiple size balloons. So for the smaller balloons, which these are about 5-inch balloons, I am going to use the hand pump because they don't do very well on the electric pump. And so I tie them in groups of two. And then once I have two groups of two, I tie them together so that they're actually in quads or groups of four. So here are all my balloons all blown up, and I'm going to get started with assembling them with the fishing wire. Okay, so we have our fishing line. I'm going to take a good amount, leave about 2 feet hanging, and I want to start about here. So we're going to leave this hanging. Take your first set of balloons, tie a knot, and double tie. The purpose of this hanging piece is to attach it to your stand, or you can thumbtack it to your wall, however it is that you're going to be hanging it. I'm going to be putting this on the stand and on a backdrop. So once you have your first piece, I'm going to take my second piece. See this middle here? This piece right here. I'm going to attach like an X. And make sure you're pulling from the part that's still attached to your fishing line. So I'm gonna wrap it in like a figure 8 motion. Take your next one, same thing, get it as close to the middle as you can. As it gets bigger, it's going to get harder and harder for them to touch, but just keep going. And so you're just going to continue to add 2 balloons at a time and get them as close to those center pieces to touching as possible, and continue to wrap in a figure 8 motion. The last one that I put in, which is right here, and I like this. You can't really see that, but my thumb is here. I'm gonna put this as close to that as possible. And then I'm going to use the fishing wire. So from here, I'm going to continue to add that turquoise color until I run out of balloons. And then once I run out, I'm going to wrap it really good and then cut the wire. And I'm going to start on the second piece. And I'm only doing it in 2 pieces because I'm going to be transporting this to another location. Otherwise, you could just do one long one. But I'm going to be doing this one in 2 pieces. is going to be my top piece. And so I'm going to cut the fishing wire and I'm going to start on my second piece. This is literally all the gold that was in that set. So I don't know. So I'm going to start with this since this is the color we left off with. So I do it in L shape. So that was the first piece of the L. And so I'm going to start with this since we have these two so that we're not wasting anything. Okay. Here's the, okay. So of course I'm going to leave another piece hanging. I'm going to tie a knot here. Put the two centers together in the X formation, and then grab. And make sure I'm grabbing the side that's attached to this and not the piece that we're leaving hanging. And so from here, we continue to do the same thing we did on the other side. And we just keep adding 2 balloons and keep wrapping it with the fishing wire and the figure 8 motion until we get to the end of our, the end of the balloons that we have. Really it until we get to the location. I'll add in the smaller clusters and fill in what can be filled in, and that's gonna be it. Well, I have to set up the backdrop fabric on the stand and then attach the balloons and call it a day. My hands are gross. Yep. Oh, one more thing, they did attach these, I believe they're either 15 or 17-inch balloons, so I will be blowing these up there. I do have a couple extra small balloons, so I'll bring those in case they're needed. But that's it for now. So I'm in the car, surrounded by balloons, but we're gonna make it. So I am now at the venue where the event is going to be, and I'm going to set up this backdrop stand, and I'm going to be putting I don't know what you call it, well, a backdrop on it, like a fabric backdrop, and then I will be draping the balloons from the stand, and those strings that we left hanging, I'm going to tie those strings to the stand. But this part isn't really a tutorial, just kind of watching you, just kind of see what I do and how I get everything to come together. So I had to realize that I didn't have the clips to attach the backdrop to the stand. So I had to go and get some, but I found them, and I'm going to finish getting this stand together before I add the backdrop to it. Also, if you have a similar stand, if you clamp that backdrop on and then try to adjust the height, it's not going to work out right. So I would recommend only attaching it to that top hole and then adjusting your stand before clamping the backdrop to the sides, because you're going to have to keep taking it off every time you want to raise it or lower it. So this backdrop wasn't as wide as the stand could go. So I took one of the, I want to call it a link. I took one of the links out the middle to shorten it a little bit, so that way we could cover the sides with the backdrop, and it just gives a cleaner look. Now this is not my backdrop stand, but that fabric backdrop is mine. I did get it off of Amazon, and if I remember, I will link it in the comments below or in the description. It'll be somewhere. In case anybody is wondering, the clips that I use to clamp the backdrop to the stand, I got those from the Dollar Tree. And they come in packs of 2, so it's 2 for $1.25, and I used only 6. So in order to attach the balloons, I'm literally just tying the string around the pole of the stand. That's it. Wrapping it around the pole and then tying a knot, or double tying the knot so that way it doesn't slip off. But literally that's it. And then you can, because it's still flexible, you can shift it and move it to get it, to your desired placement. But yeah, just tying it to the pole. So here I am just taking an additional piece of fishing wire or fishing line and tying it to the balloons, and then I am going to tie it from one section to the next in order to get them to look cohesive and look like they're all one flowing piece. Now these are the little 5-inch balloon clusters that I had, and I'm going to use these to fill in gaps and spaces and yeah, just make everything flow. So I am using glue dots to attach these. You can also use fishing wire as well. I did a combination of the both. I used glue dots to attach some of the smaller balloons, but also where needed, I did use fishing wire to attach some balloons as well. Now this was hard to attach because I couldn't reach around the balloons because they were really wide. So I was having a hard time grabbing both sides of the fishing line in order to tie it. But eventually I got it. It just took me a minute. So once you're all done, you want to go in and use your scissors to cut off any hanging fishing wire that you see anywhere that, takes away from the look that you're going for. And then I just went back in, adjusted my clamps, and made sure I had the stand at the desired height, and made sure that everything was the way that I wanted it. Because once I'm gone, I'm gone. I'm not coming back to fix nothing. So make sure you have it nice and smooth and everything exactly as you want it to be. So here is the finished product. That's the final look. And this is the close-up of the balloons. And I'm even going to give you a little peek at what they had this room set up like. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Also feel free to subscribe and hit the bell so that you'll get notifications for when I put out my next video. I hope that you'll come back soon. I hope that you'll like, I hope that you'll subscribe, and I hope that you'll share. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.
Give us a subscribe, hit that button.